Herkese merhabalar. Ben SRUK'den Rabia. Bugün University of Hull temsilcimiz Alex'le gerçekleştireceğimiz webinarımıza hepiniz hoş geldiniz. Webinar sürecinde bir sunumumuz gerçekleşecek. Devamında sorularınız olursa iletebilirsiniz. Sunum sonrasında soruları da cevaplıyor olacağız. Şimdi temsilcimiz Alex'i de alabiliriz. Hi Alex, how are you? But I guess I cannot hear your voice.
I
Yes.
forgot to switch my mic on. Hi, Ravi. It's nice to see you. How are you?
Hi, what about you?
I'm really well, thank you. And thank you for having me on your webinar today.
Yes. Welcome to our webinar with University of Hull representative with Alex. We can start with the presentation. While you can ask your questions via our chat box. After that, we will pass our Q&A session.
Great. Okay, right. Okay, right. Well, hello to everybody who is watching today's webinar. It's really nice to meet you, or e-meet you, I should say. And my name is Alex, and I'm an International Recruitment Officer here at the University of Hull. And I'm really thankful to be invited today by SI UK to talk all about our great scholarship opportunity for one Turkish student to join us in September 2024. What I'm going to do is I'm first of all going to give you more information about the University of Hull and the City of Hull itself, and then I'll talk a little bit more about our great scholarship opportunity. So first of all, you may never have heard of Hull, so I'm going to show you a map in a couple of slides' time. But first of all, we're going to start with a couple of did you knows. So did you know that the University of Hull is based in the city of Hull, which is based on the River Humber, and here that you can see on the screen is the Humber Bridge, which is the longest suspension bridge in the UK. When it was built, it was actually the longest suspension bridge in the world. So I think the San Francisco Golden Gate Bridge pipped us to that once that one was built. But yes, so that is our first did you know. And the second did you know is that Hull is a little bit different in comparison to the rest of the UK. So I know the UK is known for its red telephone boxes. Here in the city of Hull, we have cream or white telephone boxes. And this is because our telecommunication system was owned by a different company. So rather than have red telephone boxes, we've got white or cream. So if you're ever in the city of Hull, make sure to get your picture in front of one of our white telephone boxes. Also, Hull is a port city. So as I've already mentioned, we're based on the River Humber, and we are one of the largest ports in the UK. So we have a fantastic logistics and supply chain management course here at the University of Hull that you can study and get some real life experience of performing in a logistics role during your degree via the port in Hull. And finally, you may recognise the person who is on screen. Achin has recently, in the last couple of years, purchased Hull City Football Club. I was very recently in Turkey. I was lucky enough to come to visit Turkey with my work a couple of months ago, and lots of people were asking me all about Hull City. So where the university is based in the city of Hull, the stadium where you can watch Hull City play is around about a half an hour walk away. There's games most weeks, and Achin often comes to attend them himself. But here on screen is a map of the UK, and you can see Hull is based in the northeast of England. We're kind of slap bang in the middle between Edinburgh and London, and we are a small city in the county of Yorkshire. We are a coastal city as well, as I've already mentioned, we're on the River Humber. In terms of other places that you may have heard of, we are around about a 1 hour train journey away from the cities of York and Leeds, 2 hours from the city of Manchester, and 2.5 hours from the city of London. And what is really great is that we have a dedicated train service to and from Hull and London every single day. There are 8 direct trains per day. So if you did fancy going to see the capital city whilst you were studying with us, it really doesn't take you very long to get there at all, and you can do it in a day if you wanted to. In terms of travelling to the city of Hull as well, the largest airport in the north of England is called Manchester Airport, and that is a 2-hour train or car journey away from the city of Hull. But we've also got great links with Schiphol Airport in Amsterdam, where I know that a lot of people get connecting flights from Schiphol to Hull via Humberside Airport. And Humberside Airport is only 20 minutes car journey away from Hull as well. So another great opportunity if you are thinking of how you're going to travel to Hull. A little bit about our university itself. So we are nearly 100 years old. We were formed in 1927, which makes us one of the oldest universities in England. And we have a traditional collegiate environment at our university. So if you are imagining coming to study in the UK and you want that sort of red brick facade, almost like you're going to Hogwarts or something like that, you've got lots of our original buildings from 1927, which you can study in here at the University of Hull. But what is also great as well is that we have continued to invest in our facilities and our buildings here on campus. So you've got a really nice mix of traditional buildings, and depending on what you're studying, we've got a brand new medical building, we've got a fantastic sports centre, lots of great accommodation, which I'll also talk about later on in my presentation. In terms of students here at the university, so we have approximately 15,000 students at the University of Hull, and over 3,000 of these students are international. And our international numbers are growing every single year. So it's a really diverse population here at the University of Hull. And when you study a degree at the University of Hull, you'll meet people from all around the world. So it won't just be UK students that you'll be meeting when you come to study with us. In terms of numbers, because I know that people often like to know about rankings, we were ranked 52nd in the UK in the QS World University Rankings 2024. We were also ranked in the top 50 universities in the UK for our research excellence. So that's specifically what our academics are specialising in, and the kind of work that they do is ranked very highly. And we were also ranked in the global top 100 universities in the world for the Times Higher Education Impact Rankings. Those look at things like sustainability and environmental commitments and things like that. As a university, we are very committed to seeking environmental sustainability, and that sort of ethos runs through many of our programs, and you'll see a lot of it if you ever come to visit us here on campus. Now, here is our campus. We are a single site campus, and we've always been in our current location since 1927. So we've got many of our original buildings from that time. This is a bird's eye view, so I'll just point out a couple of the highlights on screen. So at the university, we have a fantastic business school that is located right at the front of our university. It's got a lovely garden as well that it's all built around. Within the business school, we house our logistics institute. Also, our law programs are also taught within the business school, where you've got mock law courts, a legal advice centre that students can use. And also we have things such as a Bloomberg suite for our economics students if they want to experience what it is like to be in a stock exchange. Slap bang in the middle of campus, you've got the Bryn Mawr Jones Library. This is a 7-storey library on campus. It has over 1 million resources in it, which are free for all of our students to use. And there's lots of great places if you want to do some silent study. There's a silent study room. There's group work rooms where you can book out to do any work that you need to do with a group. There is a cafe. There's everything you really need from a library. is all based within one library here in the middle of campus. Our sports centre, which was opened back in 2019, is towards the north of our campus. And then we have 3 different accommodation options on campus as well, which I will talk about in a later slide. But as we are a single site university, everything that you need is all in one place. So your lectures, if you're going to join a sports team, all of your tutorials, and you can go to the library, you can use our Students' Union facilities all in one place. So you're never more than sort of a 10-minute walk away from anything that you might need from your university. And what is really great about our university campus is that it is monitored 24 hours a day, 365 days per year by our dedicated security team. They're a really great team. If I've ever needed anything, if I needed to come into the office on a day when my office is closed, give them a call and they're always right there to help, and they're here to support all of our students here on campus. And 2 of our accommodation options also have staff on site all day round, so 24 hours a day. So if you did find that you had some sort of emergency at 2 in the morning, you're able to run down to the reception desk and they're able to help you with whatever you might need. And as I've kind of already mentioned, we have 3 accommodation options. They're all here on campus. So again, you'll never be more than 10 minutes away from where you need to be. We have 3 accommodation options. We have Westfield Court, the Courtyard, and Taylor Court. Westfield Court is based towards the west of our campus. It houses nearly 1,500 students, so it's a really large community. It's a really nice community as well. When you walk around there, recently in September, I was doing some airport arrivals and I was helping students who arrived on late flights. I was there at 2 in the morning and there was still a community of people walking around Westfield Court. So it's a really nice place to be. You've got a dedicated movie room, games rooms, and lots of great things where you can meet up with friends. You can choose to have your own bathroom, or you can share your bathroom in Westfield Court. And in the Courtyard and Taylor Court, you'll always be guaranteed your own bathroom in there. But you'll also have shared kitchen facilities across all of those accommodation options, unless you choose to have a 1-bedroom flat, which actually I can see on my picture right now. If you look towards the top of the buildings, you'll see some sort of covered balconies. Those are our sort of penthouse suites, which students can apply for, and you'll have your own bathroom, your own kitchen facility, your own little living space, as well as your bedroom. So really fantastic facilities. And currently, our fees for 2024 entry have not yet been announced by our accommodation team, but currently students are paying, the starting pay for our accommodation is around about £150 per week. Now, here at the University of Hull, we have 4 different faculties, and they all teach a variety of different things. But our more popular courses I've highlighted in purple on the screen. So in the Faculty of Arts, Cultures and Education, we offer education courses, TESOL, so teaching English as a second or other language, music courses, creative writing and things like that. Our Faculty of Business, Law and Politics, you can guess what is taught in there, but we have specialisms in subjects such as logistics and supply chain management. In marketing, we have a fantastic marketing department. Our politics department is also fantastic, and actually our current Turkish Great Scholar for September 2023 entry is studying MA International Politics and is really enjoying it. We also have a Faculty of Health Sciences here at the university, so you can study biomedical science. We have a fantastic Masters in Clinical Applications of Psychology here at the University of Hull, which I know is very popular with our students. And then in the Faculty of Science and Engineering as well, we have lots of subjects, including computer science, a variety of different engineering programs. So if you're interested in chemical or mechanical, renewable energy as well is also really popular within our science and engineering faculty. What I would say is make sure if you have a specific course in mind, just Google University of Hull and the program that you'd like to study, and you'll be able to see if we offer the program that you are looking for. In terms of our tuition fees for 2024 entry, our tuition fees start from £12,000, and the tuition fee depends on the programme. So at present, I don't have the time to list all of our different programs and all of the different tuition fees, but they start from £12,000 and they go up to £18,000 for our more specialist courses. But you can expect for the majority of our programs to pay around about the £14,000 or £15,000 mark to study here at the university. And the really great thing about our Great Scholarship is that it is a £10,000 tuition fee discount. So that means that more than half of your tuition fee is already paid by this Great Scholarship if you were to be successful in applying for it. And in terms of our entry requirements for our postgraduate programs here at the University of Hull, so in the UK, our undergraduate programs are classified in a few different ways. We have what is called a 2-2 degree, and the equivalent of a 2-2 degree from a Turkish undergraduate degree program is a GPA of 2.5 out of 4. The equivalent for a 2-1 degree is a GPA of 3 out of 4. So that's just something to bear in mind. A lot of our programs at postgraduate level accept the equivalent of a 2-2 degree. However, I will talk about our entry requirements for the Great Scholarship very soon, and you do need the equivalent of a 2-1 degree. So you'd need a GPA of 3 out of 4 or above to apply for our Great Scholarship.
Alex, sorry for interruption, but do you have any specific university list from Turkey? Maybe they can benefit from extensions for GPA?
That's a very good question. We don't have any specific university list here at the University of Hull. So you can apply for us from any university from Turkey. But yeah, no specific exemptions at present. Watch this space. They might come up. Who knows? Thank you for that question. In terms of our English language requirements for our postgraduate programs, generally we ask for a 6.5 IELTS score with a minimum of 5.5 in each skill. That's just our IELTS score. We do accept so many other different English language qualifications here at the university. So no matter what you've studied, we will most likely be able to accept your English language qualification. There are some programs which do require a 7.0 IELTS score. These tend to be our more health-based programs, which might include things like a placement program and things like that. So just make sure when you're choosing your degree program here at the University of Hull, just check the entry requirements on the webpage and it'll tell you exactly what English language score you need to have achieved. But we're here today to talk about our Great Scholarship. And so I've already mentioned we have one scholarship opportunity available for September 2024 entry. And the scholarship is a £10,000 tuition fee discount. As I've already mentioned, that means that more than half of your tuition fee will already be paid for with this scholarship, depending on which programme you'd like to study with us. To be considered for our Great Scholarship from Turkey, these are our eligibility criteria. So you are required to be a Turkish national and hold a passport from Turkey. You must have received an offer to study a postgraduate taught programme at the University of Hull in order to be considered for the scholarship. So that means that what I would recommend is submitting your university application before you submit your scholarship application. And I'm really glad to say that we've got quite a quick turnaround at the moment. So if you were to submit your application, you shouldn't be waiting too long to receive your answer. You must also have achieved or be working towards the equivalent of a 2-1 degree here in the UK. And as I've already mentioned, that is equal to a GPA of 3 or above out of 4 from a Turkish undergraduate programme. You must have achieved your English language qualification before the application deadline, which is the 31st of May 2024. So you've got 6 months still to do that. You don't have to have got your English language qualification before you submit your scholarship application. You just need to make sure that we've got it before the 31st of May. You must have never previously studied in the UK, and you must complete the application form. And the application form is available on our website. So if you go to the University of Hull's website, or if you just type into Google University of Hull Great Scholarship, it will come up with our webpage, and on there is our application form for the Great Scholarship. We really do ask that you make sure that you have made your university application before you make your scholarship application. You've got so much time at the moment, and there's no need to rush your scholarship application at all. You've got 6 months still to submit that application. So it really shows as well in applications when students have taken their time with it, put a lot of thought into it. So make sure that you do that.
For that part, please get contact with SRUK counselors. We are here to help.
Absolutely. Absolutely, yes. So yes, in terms of applying for the university, I'll say it on my next slide as well, but SIUK are here to help you with every step of the journey to Hull, and absolutely with your scholarship application as well. As I've already mentioned, you can apply for the scholarship before you've received your final mark sheets, but you need to make sure that your English language test is, you've got your results by the 31st of May, and the deadline is the 31st of May 2024. So lots of time. So you can spend the next couple of months, if you'd like, planning your application to the scholarship. There is no rush at all for submitting your application. And these are the questions that you will be asked as part of the Great Scholarship application. I'm not going to read every single one because we'll be there for a little while, but the kinds of things that we are looking for in a successful Great Scholarship application are things that really show and exemplify your current skill set. So if you, for example, have a goal to maybe create your own school or something like that once you've finished your degree with the University of Hull, talk about your current skills that you've got to do that. Then talk about the course that you've applied for at the University of Hull, how that's going to help you to pursue that dream. Talk about any extracurricular activities as well that you've maybe done that will support that dream or support your studies here at the University of Hull. And then the final question is all about how your scholarship will help you enhance your country. So as I say, if you've maybe got that dream to open a school one day, how will a scholarship opportunity to study at the University of Hull help you to achieve that? So those are the questions that you will be asked. These are secret or anything. You can look at them on our application form online. So please do check those. And as I say, just plan your application ahead of submitting it. There is no need to rush it at all. And yes, how to apply to the University of Hull. So we would always recommend using one of our trusted agents. SIUK are one of those agents. They're a fantastic agent and they can help you with each step of the way with your application. So not just submitting your application, but then also what to do once you've received your offer and things like that. There is an apply now button on our website as well. So you can also apply to us that way. But that was a whistle-stop tour of the University of Hull and our Great Scholarship opportunity. I'll be happy to answer any questions that you may have. And in the meantime, if you want to talk to anyone at the University of Hull, please do use the contact details on screen and we will be happy to help you.
Thank you so much, Alex. It was very informing for us. We have a couple of questions. I can start with the first one. Can you tell us more about the specific programs and courses that the University of Hull is known for?
Really great questions. So I've already mentioned our clinical applications of psychology course. That is a really popular course. And our previous great scholar that we had for September 2022 entry, Delara, she studied MSc Clinical Applications of Psychology here at Hull. We've been teaching psychology at Hull for over 60 years. We've got a really well-established department here, and we've got great links with the local NHS, which is the health service in the UK. So yeah, really great course. Other popular courses, so I've already mentioned our law school. We offer a fantastic master's degree in international law, which specialises in conflict and security and human rights and things like that. One of my other great scholars from another country is currently really enjoying that course. We have a fantastic business school at the University of Hull. It is accredited, doubly accredited business school, and only 5% of the world's business schools also have these accreditations. So really fantastic. And we offer things such as MSc Business Management, MSc Marketing Management, our Logistics and Supply Chain course as well is really popular at postgraduate level. And finally, our last one, I'd say probably teaching English to speakers of other languages is a really popular course as well. And students also get the opportunity, if they were interested in becoming a English teacher, to do a teaching qualification alongside that program as well. So lots of different opportunities depending on what people are interested in.
They are really popular in Turkey, especially clinical psychology and business schools, of course.
Yes.
Thank you so much for detailed answer. The second question is about grade scholarship, of course. For the grade scholarship, are there any particular fields of study or academic disciplines that are given priority?
That's a great question. No, there isn't. So in September 2023, we welcomed, I think, 12 great scholars from all around the world, and they study a range of different programs. So we have a couple of them who are studying the politics program, our law program. We have a couple who are doing science programs. So one of them is doing mechanical engineering masters, another is doing a renewable energy masters. So yeah, there are no priorities at all. In fact, when a student's application is being assessed for the Great Scholarship, we don't take the course into consideration unless they mention it in their application itself. So none of them are given any particular priority at all. So no matter what you're interested in studying, you can be considered for the Great Scholarship.
Okay, thank you so much. The final question is about study abroad programs. Can you share information about study abroad programs or exchange opportunities?
Okay, that's a really great question. So at postgraduate level at the University of Hull, we don't have any study abroad programs which are sort of embedded into any of our programs. However, we have a really great team called the Student Futures team who can find students opportunities to either get maybe a job placement or something like that if they're interested in it. And we also have a really great team called the Global Experience team who also put on study abroad opportunities for students. We every single year during the summer we offer a study tour. This year our study tour went to India. Oh, sorry, no, it's last year they went to India. This year they went to South Africa. Next year they're going to Indonesia. So lots of different places where people can go, get those kind of really exciting international experiences alongside their degree program. It's another great thing that they can put on their CV. So yeah, lots of different opportunities to do study abroad things at the University of Hull.
Thank you so much, Alex. Maybe we have some potential UG students, undergrad students in that webinar. I want to express some good information about them. Most of the undergrads applications should be via our universal account UCAS, but University of Hull accepts direct application on their website. If you are willing to apply undergrad courses in University of Hull, you don't need to log in UCAS or pay application fees. You can just reach out to SIK counselors and we can do the application on behalf of you.
Absolutely, yes. We would always recommend doing that because, especially with the UCAS deadline, that's coming up on the 31st of January. And if you maybe don't meet that deadline or something like that, we'd absolutely always say use SIUK and use a direct application instead to come to the university.
Thank you so much for participating in our webinar, Alex. It was so informing for us. Anyone who wants to learn about UK study or University of Hull undergraduate courses or postgrad courses, please feel free to reach out our SIUK counselors. You can use our social media accounts or directly our website. We can do our best for your plan.
Absolutely, yes, and we really value our SIUK partners. You're absolutely fantastic, and I had the pleasure of meeting you a couple of months ago. So yeah, it was really fantastic. But yeah, thank you so much for having me on the webinar. It's been great talking to everybody today.
Okay. I will close in Turkish.
No problem.
Herkese webinarımıza katıldığınız için çok çok teşekkür ederiz. İngiltere hakkında daha detaylı bilgi almak için, lisans, yüksek lisans programlarına başvuru yapmak için SRVK ile direkt olarak iletişime geçebilirsiniz. Uzman danışmanlarımız size tüm detayları aktarıp başvuru sürecinde konaklama, vize, koşullu kabul sürecinize dair tüm detayları an be an takip ediyor ve sizi destekliyor olacak. Webinarımıza katılmanız için hepinize çok çok teşekkür ederiz. İyi akşamlar. Have a nice day. Alex, thanks so much.
Thank you. Goodbye. Thank you for having me. Teşekkürler.